All right, what's up? My name's Lloyd Ross. Welcome back to the channel where I'm going to teach you all the things about money that you wish you learned in school. Don, we should rename this Lloyd's Money School. That's cool. Anyway, that's the channel name now. So we just decided that. So listen, this money school lesson, right, is on investing in yourself. How do you invest in yourself? What a silly It sounds so ridiculous, doesn't it? When you hear that, you're like, it's so cliche. But it's really important. So I love it. It's a good topic. So invest in yourself. You see it on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter all the time. You're like, the best investment you can make is in yourself. This may have been the title too, which is cool. It's a catchy title, so you watch it, right? Because we want to teach you and help you learn and skill up, right? So the best investment you can make is in yourself, incidentally. So sorry to be the bearer of cliche news, but that is true. Here's why. Because you can't scale your money unless you can't increase your money and your ability to earn income unless you increase your ability to solve bigger problems. That's the trick. So if you want to make more money, you have to become more valuable. And value is based on the problems that your skills and your attitude and your mind can solve for people, or your body, right? The problems that you can solve dictates your value. So how do you invest in yourself to become more valuable? Well, you start to invest your time and energy and effort and money, okay, into developing skills that allow you to solve problems that people will pay a lot of money for. That's how you actually make more money. And that's why investing in yourself is so important, okay? Now, here's the thing. When you invest in yourself, what I mean by that is spend your time, money, and effort on frustratingly learning stuff that people pay you money to do. Think about it. People, they pay people really good money to speak at events. So public speaking and keynote speaking is a really highly paid skill. So if you want to learn that, what you do is you take your time, your money, and your effort, and you go to Toastmasters, okay? Toastmasters International. Go Google it. Toastmasters International. You join a club. It's a public speaking club. It's not for people who already know how to speak well, just by the way. So don't freak out when you go there. It's for people who can't speak well, who don't know how to public speak. But you go there, and I did this. We went there, right? And I speak on stage all over the place. It's how I learned. So I honed that skill. Why? Because I knew that it's a skill that not many people have. And I knew if I had a skill that not many people have, people would be prepared to pay me money for that skill, right? So how did I do it? I went to the Toastmasters with my wife every fortnight that it was on, and we sat there for 2 hours and we public spoke in front of people. And it was painstaking. I remember I'd pick her up from work, I'd take her there, we'd go there, we'd sit in there and we'd do it. And it's like, you're not getting paid for it, but you were like, I'm building the muscle. I'm building the public speaking skill muscle. Every fortnight, boom, for years. We're there again. Now, when we went there, we didn't just sit on the sidelines and not participate. We played. We went in the speaking competitions. We stood up. I mean, when you go there, I was nervous, right? I was like, I'm nervous. That's when you know you're growing. So I'm like, okay, the more nervous I am, the better it is. So I kept doing it. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So it's the repetition of doing that helped me build that skill. So that when it came time to me to be tapped on the shoulder, say, hey, Lloyd, can you open the room? Hey, Lloyd, can you speak on this? Hey, Lloyd, we need a speaker. Hey, Lloyd, can you do this? Can you speak at this event? My answer is absolutely, I'll be there. Why? Because I actually spent time and effort behind the scenes when no one was watching to actually build that muscle of public speaking. That's a skill. And now, obviously, I'm on a YouTube channel, and look at this. It's working, right? I'm doing it now. It's even helping me now. It's helping me educate you, okay? It's helping me communicate better using hand gestures, vocal variety, pauses, right? So it's this, you're seeing the result of an investment in myself through a skill set that I knew was really powerful. Now, if you can apply that to, social media, YouTube, some of the YouTube channels, they make fortunes, right? And so how you deploy that skill is up to you, but that's really how you invest in yourself. So it took me time, took me effort, took me money, okay? So look for things that you can invest in that are going to do that. Now, let me tell you the things that are really, really valuable so you don't waste your time. Look, I shouldn't say that. It's not a waste of time learning something that you love to do because you can monetize that, okay? It just depends on how much someone's prepared to pay you for that particular skill that helps them solve a problem. Does that make sense? So I'll give you a great example. My brother loves playing Magic cards, right? Now he's in the army, he's a captain. He's not, but he goes, Lloyd, I'm like level 2 geek. I'm like, what does that mean? He goes, I don't just watch this, that movie and that movie. I play Magic cards. I'm like, oh my God, you're a level 2 geek. But I went around to his house the other day and I was playing with him. I'm like, I need to teach me how this works, right? Now I'm thinking to myself, I'm chatting there, we're playing and we're in full geek mode. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And he said, you know, there's people that play Magic cards professionally. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. And there's people that do it on YouTube channels and stuff and they go and play professionally. They make thousands of dollars. I'm like, whoa, that's amazing. So if you invest in something, even Magic cards, you can make money from it. Right, in 2022, and Gary Vee talks a lot about this. You can, if you love Smurfs, Smurf it up, right? You can make money in everything, but if you really do want to know what's really valuable in the marketplace that people will pay you for, is public speaking, because it's a fear-based thing. It's the number one fear in the world. So if you can do that, you're very rare. Selling, so sales and marketing is arguably the greatest skill set to learn to actually make a lot of money. It's the greatest. Selling and marketing, okay? Storytelling, then to a large extent, writing. So because you can write sales letters, you can sell for $25,000. Writing sales copy, you can freelance that. Reading, really important, because if you don't read, you can't actually learn more knowledge, okay? And these are what I call profit skills. I did a YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel. I did a podcast episode on our podcast, Money Grows on Trees. If you haven't gone and listened to the podcast, we might put it in the show notes, right? Go to the podcast, listen, okay? But investing in yourself is about acquiring the knowledge. And so I talk about profit skills. And these are the most profitable skill sets to build. Okay, does that make sense? That's really what I mean by investing in yourself. Now, some of the stuff that I've invested in are courses. I mean, all the money courses and investing courses. I'd be like, CFA charter cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. 20 hours a week for 5 years. I worked really hard at that. That's how I learned about investing, money, economics, right? Really important stuff. Specialized knowledge has made me a great teacher for people who will pay me to help them learn, okay? And so that's how I did it. Courses, events. I've spent so much on events, right? Help me learn how to run events. Books, tons on books, right? I love spending money on books. And of course, mentorship. I've spent money on mentorship. It's how you accelerate your success. So that's kind of, that covers it. I've spent time and effort on YouTube. I've spent time and effort reading the books and so forth. I think I'm making my point here, right? That's what it looks like. Now, it's not always a uni degree. And I think that I'm allowed to say this because I have 3 uni degrees. And the reality is that before the age of online education like this, university was really important, of course. And there's certain things that it's really important. But just because you're doing a uni degree doesn't mean you're educating yourself in a particular area that's going to make you money. Do you understand? University education is the objective is to get you into a profession or a job to be a certain member of the community to achieve and solve a problem. But not all those problems are high paid, right? And not all of them are scalable. So a lot of the time you're spending your time on a university degree learning knowledge, but no skills. And by the time you get out into the workforce, you got to reskill up. And you can make money, but it's not the highest paid stuff. So just ask yourself the question, are you going to university to become rich? Or are you going to university because you have a passion to help people and become a doctor perhaps, or a lawyer, right? Some people have a calling to that stuff, and that's fine. But if you want to build wealth and be in business and be creative and, be an investor, you ain't going to learn that at university, let me tell you, right? So you just got to decide where you're going to spend your time and effort and money. Because a uni degree costs $40,000 or $50,000, right? And some other things over here cost less. So you get a higher ROI from some things over here that don't cost as much, that aren't uni, and a lower ROI from traditional education, okay? I'm not suggesting to go down that path, but figure out where you want to sit. And that's how you invest in yourself, all right? So that's a longer episode than I thought, but it's really important. Investing in yourself is frustrating, time-consuming, awkward, humiliating, nerve-wracking, and it requires patience, okay? But it's much like the process by which you're investing in yourself, you'll get paid that later. You'll be in the cocoon phase. You're in slug phase now, right? You might be in slug phase. That's a bad word. Worm phase? What's a caterpillar? Caterpillar phase, right? So you're in caterpillar phase. Then when you're building skills, you go to cocoon stage, which takes a while, right? And cocoon stage is frustrating because nothing is changing. You're like, what the heck's going on? I'm spending all this time on these skills. Like, I reckon I was in cocoon phase for like 7 years, like a long time. And then you go to butterfly phase, which is like, whoa, look at the beautiful, amazing wings on the butterfly. It's amazing. Look how like people come up to me and go, oh, you're so good on stage. You talk like this, you present like that. And wow, you really, like that's because I was in flipping cocoon stage for longer than most people. And I really put the effort there. So go from caterpillar to cocoon to butterfly. Make sense? That's how you invest in yourself. And look, you can't go broke investing in yourself. You are the asset. You're the asset. So yes, invest in the assets that pay you money too, but you are a wonderful asset because the more you invest in yourself, the higher your earning capacity is. So by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, which are your highest earning years, effectively, you're very valuable. And the 40s and 50s are 20 years of making a ton of income by solving great problems in the world. That's how you become really successful and really wealthy. And it's okay that you cocoon phase in even through your 30s like I did, right? You make money at the same time. It's really important that you invest in you because you're the asset and you're infinitely scalable. Okay, you are. And so you're worth it. So spend the time doing it, right? Hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, what I think we'll do is in the description, go and tune into the podcast, right? Go subscribe to it. It's Money Grows on Trees. Go there and maybe we'll put one of the books in there, right? If you wanted to invest in yourself and you're like, what do I do? What book do I read? We might chuck in there our Money Grows on Trees book. It's a smaller book. It's new. If you're not used to reading, it's perfect for you, right? So we'll chuck it in the show notes, right? And go start that process of investing in yourself, right? It's like $10. It's a good start, okay? And hey, thanks to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. Having fun building this and creating this money school here. And I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson.